I think we're super white, so.
We are really white. I'm really tan.
Okay, yeah.
I'm super tan.
Yeah. That's why we gotta make you look white. Welcome to White Ops. No. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Here goes for my career. One more Friday. I'm off tomorrow.
Oh shit. Not off until Wednesday.
And submit questions for upcoming shows. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, you do look really white, Garrett.
Is
Is that on the camera? I would turn it off, maybe.
Wow, I got hurt.
That might help. That helps.
Move that away.
There we go. Welcome to another episode of Line Pops. Got Jack's rating refrigerator out for some beers. Thanks for joining us in the Garrett pack. Thanks for rejoining us, Garrett. We got some fun stuff to talk about today. I don't know where we're going to start, but we can start. Actually, we're going to try this mystery concoction I got at a liquor store.
What is the caramel?
It's a liqueur, but see if you can taste what it is, like the flavor.
I haven't tried it yet. Oh, this is a surprise.
Yeah. Don't smell it too much. Just sip it.
Is it like a special taste flavor?
Mm-hmm.
You have that?
Yeah. I thought maybe you might have had this.
What brand is it? Is this a banana cream?
Mm-mm.
What is this? I'll get the brand. I actually don't know.
I'm gonna look at it.
All right, we'll look at it. And somebody's in the can find out. Oh God, what are you doing? We took forever to turn the fucking lights up.
It's not I can't tell the difference.
Oh man. Speaking of productions, do you think that Russ is gonna start filming again?
Rust, really?
The one where Alcohol accidentally shot somebody.
Started that's going to be one of those like cursed movies. Like,
because it's gonna give away sipping cream.
what was the movie that there's like certain movies that people just almost died on consistently.
This is
I think
it was just one, right? And then people were having near death experiences though, I think.
Mission Impossible is one of those where people they got in trouble.
The Crow would seem like a curse. Mission Impossible just makes sense.
I remember some just absolutely cursed movie sets that people just stayed away from. It was really consistent. People almost dying on movies is always an interesting thing because some of the top actors and they're pretending to die, and in some cases they actually are trying to die. For instance, 19 Day, that first opening scenes where the female magician is in a water tank.
Yeah.
Almost actually died in that.
No
She
shit.
was drowned. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a real thing. They're like, wow, they're just no.
This is great acting. She really looks like she's in peril.
She was underwater plus with 2 minutes or something. And she was almost dead. People
Most people already have that.
movies are hard for the drivers.
Yeah.
Old movies are insane.
They didn't have special effects for it. They just had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and all the I saw this one clip where it's some really old actor dude. I don't even know who it was. I don't want to slander anyone, but he was actually it wasn't it was the what is she on? It was some really famous actor, and she worked with an even more famous male actor like a while ago. And he was just saying he was awful to me. He was a method actor, and he just
Oh God, I thought he was a method.
cussed at me and was sexist and this is awful. And she's I forget how much he's a great actor, but I was not happy.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale seemed super chill.
So, what do you think?
It's banana flavor. It's not banana foster. It is banana type.
Banana cream?
No.
Is it?
No.
What is it?
You give up?
Yeah, I give up.
All right.
I'll do it. Banana pudding. Fuck.
Pudding.
Yeah, sipping cream. There's a
Right.
Pudding.
I have a
strawberry cream thing in there too. Same brand as the bunny on it. But yeah,
Anyway, I turned the fucking light off. That's what I'm doing. We need more light. More. The fucking Adam Driver. More.
all of the lights.
Fucking Christian commented on playing in Thor 4 or 3.
Thor 4. I was gonna ask you
And he said,
I've heard that he's good at it, but
He's great.
he's probably the best part of it, beyond
that's what I heard. Yeah.
anyways, he was like, he goes, I've never worked with so many green screens before.
Yeah.
He's like, it made it kind of feel almost like being an actor is kind of the dream. Like, you know, it's it's kind of like I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said it did feel like making a movie sometimes.
It's unfortunate.
It seemed like there's some meme that was like Marvel fans when you say that you saw the green screen or something.
Yeah.
But a lot of movies are just like probably the new advertising now. It's not green or it's all blue or whatever. But like it's just gonna be a remote, and you just have like kind of blocks and then they shape, and then the rest of them later.
That's so good. Which, to be fair, you can't make a world like that. You're not going to have realistic success like that. There's no way.
It's different because like it's kind of going full circle. So before like movies came out of modern like acting, like theater stage acting, where they stay in one spot on the stage and we would act out and like imagine the scene. And then we got movie cameras and we're like, we can go outside and we can take video and then now like we could go outside, or you could stay in this like one stage.
You can go everywhere. Just go everywhere. You could put space behind you.
So actors are becoming more like theater actors, so there's going to be less separation. So you just have to pretend that you're on the mountaintop.
It's kind of like VR.
Yeah,
You know?
it's full circle.
Yeah.
Gaming.
You don't really ever go anywhere when you game, right?
But I see what you're saying is like people used to go outside.
Yeah.
Video games
Like,
come out. You got video games. Now it's like I want to go outside, but virtually.
Yeah. That's true.
Like sports are like kind of old school video games in a way.
The next step is like interactive movies, like movies you can watch from any perspective.
Yeah.
Like, so like VR movies,
That would be cool.
you can watch
360 cam
And stuff.
You can watch your own movie. You can watch whatever movie from a different angle every time. So you have a unique viewing experience every time you watch a movie. Like you follow any character or the side character.
That's pretty fucking cool.
The story.
You know what's also cool? Like more like choose your own adventure. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Netflix is already on top of that pretty well.
Like,
I think they're going to start coming out with more here.
yeah.
Like man, I need to go back and watch Lord of the Rings, and like instead of following in like the
You just took the Eagles and you dropped it.
It's like a 5-minute movie.
Or you just go and sit, just go and
They're
sit.
just flying around like, I should probably pick them up.
You can just like follow Gandalf for like 5 years, like he's reading books. It's not that he's like researching the ring for like 5 years or something.
You can hang with the
Balrog for a while.
until you decide to like
fall
fuck shit up.
Yeah.
The Balrog just chills like a video game boss.
Yeah.
Shows up. I know the animation.
He's like literally, you know, they render like they render people and just put them in a room.
Yeah.
Sit in that room with them.
What about the water in the water? You can just like go in the water and fall in the water.
And I don't hate, but I'm surprised they're making a lot of is Disney Plus right now is making a lot of the music and like the landscape stuff. So like
The landscapes are so weird.
and it's like just a 40-minute video of them just going around. This is Andor, and it's like you're trying to make like you're hanging out in Andor while you're like studying and doing all that.
I haven't seen this, but I hate it. I'll say I do hate that.
Star Wars content, like, it's just a.
So it's like it takes them fucking like 3 days to make. And then it's just new content.
It's like
stuff.
it's like those music channels that you just change to like country now.
That's good though. Why? Because you're actually like listening to like
This is old stuff though.
this is you're literally listening to like symphonic, which I have no problem with classical music whatsoever.
Yeah.
But like if you want to listen to like country music, you go to country stations.
Nobody's like, I wish I could listen to 40 minutes of Star Wars music.
So I grew up with that, and I've never
in my life. Like I'd be at like my cousin's house, flipping through the channels, and I come across this. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Even as a kid, I thought it was really weird and dumb.
Can you imagine explain to a kid now, like,
yeah, there's channels where you just listen to music. It's like,
what? You know, Spotify?
You're like, who does that?
Like, hey, anything on my phone right now. I'm watching a channel that just it's radio, basically watching radio.
This is the music channel. I got TV shows for channels.
It's like if you're
It's archaic.
it's so weird. If you're like studying, why would you turn on your TV with just like put on Spotify or put on YouTube and
Right,
just, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
people do live like tracks on YouTube where you just like tune in and they basically DJ. It's like radio. It is radio.
Yeah.
But it's on YouTube and I just get like donations and stuff and they're just like
It's pretty dope.
yeah, like lo-fi stuff and yeah.
We're gonna do like rainboards now.
Have you ever have you seen that website where you basically you can basically take two songs of any genre and you can put them in and you can say start here, so start at like give me like the worst song you know. You can start at like it's Friday.
Bad touch or something.
All right, yeah. Oh, whatever. Let's go with what's that song? Like I want to break free. All right, like that song. You can go from there to like Cardi, like you can go to WAP.
Yeah, I don't know any of the new bad shit. To be honest with you, I only know like 90s bad shit.
Where you basically it'll slowly play songs that'll spread the gap between the genres. So like you can go from
What's the
Never ending
there about?
You don't like the bad touch?
He said bad song as in like profane.
No, you meant
like you just
Oh, I thought you meant like
like a bad
Like inappropriate.
Oh,
and you were
No.
mashing it with like a
Like a Christian song.
Oh, I was
you can do that. You can find I don't know what's a good
No, I love that song, but it's like talking about sex.
No, you can do like you can take any songs, any two songs, and you can basically make a playlist that slowly goes into a different genre. So like you can
So
take
bad touch
And then like Christian music.
yeah, you can just it'll slowly pick songs that are more
I thought it would match the song.
You and me, baby, we're nothing but mammals, so let's pray God and
Let's get on our knees and praise God.
it'll actually give you a playlist and you listen to it and it'll slowly like
Okay,
get
I got
closer to like
Closer to
it'll go to the beat, up the tempo, like switch
What
genres.
about like Closer by Nine Inch Nails?
I think you can do any song.
Yeah.
I think it's an AI too.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't done it before.
Yeah, it's scary good. It's getting really good.
But if you want to get, oh yeah, the logo. Oh yeah. The logo for my business is AI generated. I got my friend to generate my for like in like hey type in my business name and generate an AI and or generate a logo and he's like okay and then I like he gives me like 4 options like that one and so I just refine it I like take it and that's my logo for my business now.
It's really cool.
It's really cool.
I've seen a lot of like they're getting really advanced with the programming. It's like creating art and stuff. You type in, you know,
It's insane.
a subtext like
The last selfie
in the world or something. I've seen this viral where it's like a creepy zombie person with their phone, like you know, looks like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
It's cool.
This is why you don't drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I still spill everything else.
That's really good. I'm not even gonna try to do
It's not even that much.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Drunk.
The thing that sucks is I really can't watch
Just because of that sticker.
Oh no. I need to get another sticker.
Because it'll totally ruin the sticker if I was to throw it in the washer.
Yeah, that's like
I know. I got a topic I want to talk about.
Sure.
Did you guys see the Super Mario movie?
Yep.
No.
Yes,
Oh,
it
Is
is.
that real quick? Okay, is that where the memes
They're coming from.
Yes, absolutely.
I know a little bit.
It's 2.5-minute trailer, so it's pretty long, but
Yeah.
I probably seen
So I had no hopes for this at all, which is good.
You got it.
But I love the trailer already.
You do? I just was like, okay, no. Okay, so this is me going into it. I'm just gonna not spoil it too much. But I was watching like, oh man, this looks so good. Like they can make a real story out of this. And then I'm like, all right, where's the joke? Where's the big joke coming in? Where's it? And then like, it happened. Like we'll watch it in a second. But I was like, there it is.
let me know what you think the big
The
joke
whole
is.
movie's gonna be the whole.
I think I know what you're getting at here.
Yeah. No, I'm like, oh, they're doing so well. Like it's super serious, but they're gonna.
Oh, you guys,
I have not seen the trailer for Violent Night.
Are you guys seeing my YouTube
Stream
now?
just that, or is it streaming like my whole?
It's
Or we see your whole.
Okay, hang on. I
just downloaded Firefox, so
Just full screen it. When you back up.
I just thought that I just thought they were gonna take it seriously. Like I thought they were gonna make a real good movie out of it with like good humor. But then it's just like, okay, this is kind of funny, but like if the whole movie's like this, I'm not watch it. Like this is not worth it. The $80 to cost 12. Like even with Chris Pratt, like no.
Oh, dude.
With a slight time.
I guess they're cool with it.
Okay, I full screen it though. We're good, right?
Yeah, full screen.
Yeah, we're good.
Here we go. You guys hear it?
Yeah.
Crank that sword.
Is that Mario?
There's a little window at the top of the screen.
This.
Yeah.
Like this just looks so good. Like it looks
It
amazing.
does. It looks like Illumination put all the stops. But they should have, because it's Nintendo.
But like imagine if they made a serious movie like this. Like anything. They could make a serious like a boat chilling movie that's animated. But then the animated has put stupid jokes in it. Which is like I thought for sure this
Well, I think
but-
anime is coming a long way right now. And I think we'll see something like
but not
that.
at this level. I thought this was gonna like I don't know, poop or something. But like this is the joke. This is the part that I was like it undermined the real seriousness of it. Because this could be epic. This could be a real fight.
The Penguins versus the people.
Yeah, it'd be a cool fight.
Well, the Penguins have
And then that. It just reminds its own movie. It just,
oh, we knocked it
No,
out.
no.
Yeah, it's one down
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't seen the end of this fight yet.
Yeah.
no, we've seen the end. No, we saw the end of it. We're about to see the end of it right now.
The king with the
It's just kind of like an awful, like magic's cool. It could be an anime-esque fight with the Goombas, and then Bowser actually shows off power. I mean, that's a pretty like
Yeah,
scale, but
at least he has Star too. Fuck.
Maybe Jack Black is Bowser. What do you think?
well, it's just like Bowser just says like, "Who's gonna stop me?" And then immediately smash cuts to the protagonist. It's just like
Those mushrooms, dude. He's so big.
it's just like that. And
I think the Mushroom Kingdom was really fucking cool.
it looks awesome. Everything looks great. And that's like the one we've had for like the past like 10 years. It looks awesome.
Mhm.
The story sucks.
Yeah.
You know what sucks for us? It's a kid movie.
Well,
And that's all it's ever going to be.
It's
We
yeah.
have to appreciate it for what it is.
It was great. It just like they don't make adult movies.
Maybe
It
they
was
go-
good.
maybe they go horror movie.
Get out of it eventually.
They're making a one of the two horror
They're
movies.
making a
Like-
Grinch one.
Did you know that?
No,
I
I
just saw something about that. I don't know if there's a trailer out for it.
Let's see.
What
Oh, nice. Well, the skeleton one, guys.
and
Can't kill that.
like what if they did a Zelda movie that looked that good, but like serious tone?
Oh, fucking play with my game.
That'd be great.
You know about the fucking April Fools?
Oh, yeah, exactly. For Zelda? Wait. Was it this year?
Like, go back into the long fucking
I
time.
remember hearing about it, but I don't remember the details.
We'll have to watch that after this. Since we're movie trailers, we're going to watch that after this.
What is it? They don't have the trailer out yet for it.
Oh, well, we can watch that tonight real quick. I haven't seen that trailer. Have you?
Oh, dude, I just saw it. It's actually pretty awesome.
So, Violent Night, this is like badass Santa, right?
Yeah, it's David Harbour.
Playing him, and he's just like,
Drunk Santa.
it looks like Die Hard.
We're talking about David Harbour.
Can you guys hear this? I don't hear it.
Barely. It's actually there, but I barely hear it. Is it the pod? The pod?
Yeah, it would have to turn up.
One of the third, whatever the other thing that's not plugged in. That's my headphones.
I thought that was a grenade.
Those are all headphones.
I thought that was a grenade. But he gave the girl a grenade instead of the walkie-talkie.
That looked very interesting.
Ah, there we go. I got
There
it.
you go. There you go.
Damn.
So the premise looks like there's these robbers that.
Yeah,
I don't like the main actor who plays Robert. He just seems like an asshole, which is what they want. So good.
Chris Evans playing the bad guy in The Gray Man. or Grady.
I never watched the
I
Grady.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
He makes a great sociopath.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Is that the guy from
Yeah. Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Harbour.
No, I mean the guy with the gun.
Oh, I don't know.
Is he looks like the guy from Polar Express?
I liked Nobody a lot, but this, I don't know if I'm gonna like this as much, but I will like this. I am gonna watch it.
So the gist I'm getting is there's this rich family that's getting robbed, and the girl's like talking to Santa.
And
He like comes into the house. It looks like Die Hard, but with Santa basically.
Yeah,
Well, that part's already a Christmas movie, so
yeah.
I never saw Die Hard.
Time
for some season's beatings.
Oh,
Oh shit!
They can't go halfway on this. They have to go like full horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like none of this PG like.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going full force though.
Yeah,
I
this is
see-
gonna be an R-rated for real movie right here.
Yeah.
Like I want Santa like I want reindeer running over people.
I want Santa to teabag somebody after killing them.
True. See now, it's not like that's okay.
I want to see his elves get involved.
And just start fucking shit up too.
I like David Harbour a
I
lot.
do too.
He's such a cool guy. I'm glad he made it big.
Huh?
He's on an episode of
Hot Ones. It's like really good.
Hey, if you look up the Legend of Zelda April Fool's prank real quick.
Oh man, this is for Aaron.
They're brutal.
This isn't for, hey, fucking, Eric brought it up. He brought Zelda
I
first.
said, well, yeah.
All right.
So this trailer,
Why does this keep coming up at the top?
how old is the trailer?
14 years.
There we go.
It keeps coming up because I said it once. No, you said it once.
Silent Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said Silent
So
Night.
this trailer we're about to watch, this was an April Fool's prank by 2008 by IGN. Everyone loves Zelda.
I remember this. Yeah.
Right. And everyone lost their fucking shit until they told them that was an April Fool's
Yeah,
prank.
I remember this.
They always wait till the end of like the next day before they tell them.
I think they tell us the end of the trailer, but the trailer was legit for 2008. Look at this 2008.
I don't know.
Those shots right
If they
there.
don't have
14 years ago, Trent.
If there's not big name actors though, that's the red flag.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, now that I'm looking at it,
It doesn't look.
it doesn't. But at the time, I saw Legend of Zelda movie trailer.
For like a B movie, like a Netflix original.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could definitely be a B movie. But you know, Nintendo now would never do a B movie.
yeah.
They went straight to Illumination for entertainment, for animation, the highest there is.
Yeah.
Is that
Who do you think would play good?
Fuck out of here, bitch.
Who do you think would play good Link?
Fuck, dude. Tom Holland would probably be a good link.
Yeah. I guess so. I could see that.
He's not super buff. I can't go with like, you know, Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth.
Well, they're not
Elf like.
They don't-
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Tom Holland's the best big guy I can think of.
They should just grab someone from one of the
Lord of the Rings, the new Lord of the Rings show. I'm sure
there's a lot of elf people there.
I think Tom Holland's like really railroaded at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think let's take a break, right?
he does.
Yeah.
So like Zendaya, really like a fan or whatever. But
We talked about this during the Uncharted movie, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I really did like it.
I still haven't seen that one.
I love it. It's good.
It's okay. Yeah, it's good.
Dude, the amount of my shit that was like lost during this trailer.
This is a long trailer though. This is not teaser. Yeah. Courage.
Wisdom.
Where's the arena at?
Power. And this is fucking a sign, Trent. There's other Zeldas. You gotta be
Zelda.
No, you don't fucking do it order. I always.
Whatever.
Go fuck yourself.
Now this is really getting cheesy. I'm not even gonna lie.
They put a ton of money into this though.
They put a lot of fucking work into this. They were full strength though. I would definitely go see this even if it was a B movie. I'd go to Center Six on the road or something. I wouldn't go to like Rico or anything, but you know.
Netflix, I'll watch it.
They did so much work for this. They could have just fucking made the movie, honestly, instead of fucking people over there. Coming April 1st, 2009.
Got him.
A year later.
Yeah.
This is April 1st, 2008.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
They basically told everybody to go fuck themselves right there. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's too bad.
But yeah, I'm excited for the Mario movie, honestly. Now, am I going to see it in theaters? I don't know. I don't know if it's much with kids. True. But I will make at some point.
You can't make a drinking game out of it either.
I can make a drinking game out of anything.
In the theater, you can smuggle them.
Happy Dad.
They 21
You spend like $200 in your trunk.
specifically you're just like
Oh my God. We were talking about this a while back.
Like I was going to talk about how they banned suits for the Minions movie. Why are we doing?
they banned suits. I didn't hear about that. It's awful.
Hold up, this might be us.
It just started. That sting.
I know they banned suits. What did they? Oh wait, why did they ban the? Was there a reason? Because of the meme?
Yeah.
But the meme was the reason people were watching the movie.
But the kids were going in there and they were
Flipping the fuck out.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
it was us.
Yeah,
We're good now.
that'd be why. Yeah.
Okay. Now, they would go in there and, imagine you put, 6 18-year-old boys in suits in the fucking Minions movie.
I think.
And I get the joke. Like, yes, we're going to go into suits. We're going to have a good time. Have fun. But they were literally flipping the fuck out and like throwing popcorn and drinks and shit when the movie started. They were screaming and honestly at that point just ruining the movie. Not for the kids because the kids probably love that shit. But the
Yeah,
parents,
it's great. I would like to. I'd be very uncomfortable. I think there should be like some kind of legal mandate that would like say like if you kids under the age of 18
Can't
are
wear
not allowed to
suits.
congregate. No, they're not allowed to congregate in groups larger than like 5.
Yeah.
Like you can't because every time there's more than 5, things just get way out of hand.
Yeah.
Like just like
Why
in
did-
public, no more than 5.
Why didn't they do that for like a movie like Morbius or something? So it was already garbage.
yeah. They wouldn't have kicked them out. A Sony rep would have came and been like, please come to our movie. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, do you have more
You
friends?
can have sex in the theater. You can murder somebody. I don't care. We need money for this fucking piece of shit.
It's it just got on Netflix too, so I was like,
I know. I actually
Morbius did?
it did.
I
Yeah.
was flipping through
It's been on Netflix for a little bit. I actually tried to sit through it and watch it to see what the hubbub was, and I couldn't finish it.
I was flipping through Netflix and I saw it, and I just in my head I'm like,
Morbid
Morbid time.
Yeah.
Just like
Does he actually say that in the movie? I would believe it though.
Oh, dude, that's the
Where
whole-
did that come from?
So that's like there's a few memes. I have to look up exactly where it's Morbid time came from
Yeah.
because I did Google
It
it.
sounds like a Power Ranger thing.
It is a power.
Yeah,
thing.
it's Morbid time.
Basically, they were like people are making memes about like in Stranger Things, like if 11 went around and said like, man, I've seen Stranger Things, and then people would be like, oh, she said the thing, she said the title, she name dropped, and that's a joke, and especially in like anime and stuff. Or, like so like the joke was that like that's his catchphrase in Morbius. He goes, it's Morbid time. I believe it's a Reddit post. It's always a Reddit post or a Twitter feed, but someone
You can assume that.
I think it was Twitter. You should look it up. I'm pretty sure it was Twitter. And someone's like, my favorite part of the movie is when he says it's Morbid time, or says something like that about his catchphrase. And then someone replies and says it's Morbid time, and that's where the whole thing started. Because like the movie was so awful. It was just like such a bad
The whole movie was a joke.
apparently. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like I technically paid to watch it and then didn't watch it. Like I'm pretty sure I was like in the theater and just didn't watch it.
Are you serious?
I think it was like the drive-in or something. It was
How do you not remember?
It was just like the movie was on at the drive-in,
He was piping.
and like it just like didn't see it. It was not as interesting as was not even worth like watching the first like few minutes. I was like, oh, I don't know what movie this is.
Yeah, it is from Reddit, but I'm trying to get like
glorious
the origin of it. It's not. It says fun fact that it's Morbid time meme was actually created by a Yugi tuber.
What the fuck is a Yugi?
I don't know.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Created by a Yugi tuber. I don't know if that's the name of his like handle or whatever. Literally the quote says the best part of Morbius was when he said it's Morbid time and Morb all over those guys.
Morphed all over. I forgot about
It was
that.
on Twitter. It was a tweet, actually.
There we go. Okay.
It wasn't Reddit. It was a tweet.
Are you on Know Your Meme, the website?
No, it's a Reddit thread.
Okay. It's if you go
What
to
the fuck
Know
are you doing?
the best website is Know Your Meme because I just Google all the memes that I don't get, all the Zoomer memes.
There's so many that I'm good.
But yeah, oh man. That's not loading. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a tweet. And someone was
it's a tweet. I'm looking at it right now. Rada was the one that tweeted. It was at rank 10 YGO. I don't know.
Rada.
I got 21.2 thousand retweets though.
Yeah,
and 206,000 likes.
I was watching this.
That's not nearly as many as I would have expected.
It's only like it only takes the internet's great. It only takes a few people who are like really prolific on like Reddit or Twitter to really blow something up.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
it says
I'm on iPhone still. And
yeah, that's funny too.
I don't know
they cross over.
what the acronym for YGO is, but it says just like the time the YGO community made the first recorded usage of uwu.
Sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh again, man.
It says YGO. I don't. It's probably an acronym for some sort of website.
Your gooch ulcerates.
You guys are probably too young to remember. There was a website called You'reTheManNowDog.com.
I know what that is.
Yeah, and that was like so many memes came from that too.
No, that was a bad site, bro. But that's back unregulated internet right there. You know.
Yeah,
that's back when they fucking made it and they had no way to control it.
It was literally it wasn't a bad website. There was some random shit on there, but
there's some naughty shit on there, man.
I'm sure. But it's just like any other of those like YouTube type shits.
Did you guys hear Tumblr's going to reintroduce porn?
No.
Reintroduced? Do you remember that skit that skit from
YTMND? Still there.
Who did that skit? Was it Comedy Central or
SNL?
The guy, it was like the Tumblr, it might have been basically it was just like the Tumblr CEO getting briefed on the content of the Tumblr, and he goes, It's what percent porn? 90% porn.
That's like funny.
It's such a good skit.
And then
they banned it all. I guess
it still baffles me that OnlyFans ever thought about banning porn.
Yeah, I mean,
where's most of our income come from? Porn. Get rid of it now.
I mean, that could have definitely been like a PR stunt to get attention.
It could have been.
Yeah,
I don't think
it was because they have investors. Investors love to say, "Stop doing what you're doing." Because we'll make more money this way and then be wrong.
But if you're investing in that, investors have to know that's going to fucking destroy their.
I highly doubt that it was a PR stunt. I really do.
I don't know.
Because they lost a lot of users from that. I think they
but how many did they probably get back?
We're not talking fucking YouTube. We're talking porn central here.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna sell to everyone knows what the fuck OnlyFans is. You're not selling more OnlyFans. I don't think with a PR stunt. I really don't.
I think you might be. I think there are still people that probably didn't know what it was and they read the article and like, what is this?
I think you're right with the investors because I think OnlyFans isn't meant to be a porn site, like the original intent. But then
I will say, how many people have you talked to that know what it is?
Yeah,
and think of it as anything else.
Well, yeah,
exactly. That's why I was so fucking goofy.
Imagine you are the creator of like a website.
I would be more shocked if there was something other than porn. Like you can learn.
Yeah, no, you can't.
The Chinese on here. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, when I was on OnlyFans last night, no, I'm just kidding. The people like just do like training stuff. Yeah, like there really is other people like on OnlyFans, but like imagine you create like a Patreon competitor, and you're like, man, this is gonna be great. Like you can just subscribe. It's a Patreon killer. It's gonna be great. And then like one or two like YouTube porn start like these like tweet like people get kicked off of like streaming on YouTube, and then they're like, all right, fall, I just made this new account on this cool website called OnlyFans. And then the guy's like, the what? And then he's like, wow, we're getting all these business for what sites? For what kind of what are they doing on our site?
I showed my boobs.
I feel really bad for people who have legitimate businesses on OnlyFans. Like I can't imagine going to someone like, what do you do? I'm on OnlyFans.
Oh,
You know, especially if you're like a female, if you do anything and you're just like OnlyFans, like, oh, you got OnlyFans. Okay.
Okay, imagine it gets worse. So imagine you're the sole proprietor of this company, and then you're like, man, we're getting so much business. We better take it. Like,
Yeah.
and then you buy out
Like,
shares.
hey, when do you show your tits?
You buy
Like,
out.
I'm showing you how to
You
speak
make your
French.
your business goes public. You buy the majority of shares, and
Yeah.
then like your company, like you make all this money, and
That's
then you
what I'm
find out
saying.
it's like mostly porn. And now you're
Yeah.
like, now as like the like
Insider trading, man. If their shares went down and they knew fucking was gonna plummet right back up.
Nothing goes down on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Everything always goes up.
I want to be an OnlyFans pimp, you know.
But you
I'll be like, I'll handle all of your profiles.
Yeah.
All you have to do is take off your shirt,
But now
and
the same
I will
guy-
disperse the money evenly.
Now the same guy who put all this money into it is
Yeah.
like, hey, can we not do porn on this site that like my living is made off of? And people are like, boo you, sir. Like, how dare you? OnlyFans is porn.
man,
I started this company.
if I was a chick, dude, I would totally make an OnlyFans and do something
You
that
don't-
wasn't sexual.
Yeah. And then people
But I would make it sexual. I'd be like, not sexual, but I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna teach you French. And then people would subscribe to me thinking, you know, like, okay, we're waiting for chat, like it's gonna come. Like,
Yeah.
This
we're
is
waiting
how
for the
you
boobs.
say, I'm going to clap the cheeks.
All you have to do is provide no context. You just say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I made an OnlyFans. Go check it
It's-
out," and
yeah,
people
yeah.
will give you money.
Oh
You
yeah,
have to see
exactly.
if you're doing and then they get on.
Immediately.
Yeah,
If you're a female, they're just gonna
Yeah.
assume.
Just post
Yeah, they
one
just-
like
okay,
somewhat showy picture
Like,
It's
for the
bro,
profile.
it's just me playing the harmonica.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're gonna
It's
be like, "What the?"
You
Well,
can literally put in your fucking bio like no nudes because
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
they do a lot. Like
yeah.
no nude, but nude pictures.
It's like, bro, I've learned like a lot of French right now, but like it's cool. Like I'm waiting.
I came here looking for areolas.
She's gonna show the tits soon. Like I know she's building up to it.
I've never used that. I've never heard that word used so appropriately and also inappropriately.
I'm here for the areolas, please. I'm gonna if I ever open a bar, I'm gonna get 2 sliders that have like toothpicks in them, and I'm gonna call them the areolas.
That's awful.
Someone comes up to the bar, I'll have the areolas, please.
It's that old
And
vibe.
then that comes with the flash from the bartender too.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's like a 40-year-old guy. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Big old
Whoever you order it from, you're getting flashed by. So,
And
and all the bartenders are
that
male.
doesn't sound. I was gonna say it has to be all males. It doesn't sound like a up and up business to me.
It's gonna last.
This is kind of like this movie's been out for a
I'll
while.
have the clitoris.
But have you guys, you ever heard of
All of it.
Walking Tall? You guys are you familiar with that movie, Walking Tall?
No, I've heard of it though.
Really?
It sounds like an old western.
It was an older
It does.
movie, and they did a remake, like not recently, like somewhat recently, and The Rock was in it. I guess it's based off a true story. This guy came back from the army into this like small country town, and it was like totally. They had a casino. It was like his old friend was like really corrupt and ran this casino, and this whole small town was like all invested in the casino, which was crooked and stuff. And he's like, the sheriff, of course, was in bed with the guy that owned the casino, and it's a pretty good movie.
Is that on OnlyFans?
Yeah. You gotta pay extra. I don't know. Then he takes like a 2x4. His whole thing is like he uses a fucking piece of wood and just beats the shit out of everyone. He doesn't want to use guns. He doesn't want to like
Okay.
he use guns. It's
Oh no, I'd
like,
rather kill
violence.
people slowly and painfully.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's The Rock, you know, and he kicks everyone's ass.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. But apparently it was like I don't know what it's based. It's based off a true story, but there was an older movie and then they remade it. And, like Johnny Knoxville's in it.
Okay.
Isn't that weird? This movie is not recent. It's probably like mid 2000s.
The
or
remake?
something like that. Yeah, the remake.
The Rock and Johnny Knoxville are both in this remake.
You guys didn't. Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
This
I-
let me
sounds
see.
like a really bad.
But
fun
2010 was.
It is.
When did it come out?
Dude.
Because
Okay.
2010 is like
Hang
when Game Plan came out.
I gotta see if this is the remake.
The first
Bro.
movie I saw The Rock on was Game Plan.
2004.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been really early rock because, like, literally the
Early rock.
I'm really rock right now.
Yeah, there's an archaeologist.
Can I sit on his side next time? I don't like the energy on this side of
So-
the table.
You guys want to do like close to the pen? I know you're not gonna drink, but for the original Walking Tall, just for fun. What year did it come out?
Oh shit!
Because this was a remake in 2004.
Remake in 2004.
Let me
so
see.
then
Let me see who the
80s.
actors were.
It's going to be 70.
It's going to be 70s.
79 because everything,
76.
Leaf Garrett was in it. I don't know if that
Who?
helps. Leaf Garrett,
I know who that is, but I don't know when.
Gene Evans,
Everything cycles
Gene
every
Joe-
20 to 25 years. It cycles.
Joe Don
so
Baker.
mine is 1979.
79.
1976.
Bruce Glover's in it too. Does that change your?
I don't know
answer?
what the fuck that is. I know Donald Glover. Are they the same person?
What did you say? 19 what?
76.
79.
73. Jack gets it.
Go take a shot, bitch.
Everclear. Yeah.
Gary hasn't drank in years.
Clorox. I'm just gonna Clorox spray.
Clorox. But yeah, no.
What are we talking about? It's preach.
It's got Johnny Knoxville, Dwayne The Rock, Neil McDonough, which is a name you probably don't recognize just from the name, but he's been in a lot of stuff. He's like the villain, like the stereotypical white privileged villain type guy.
That's all them.
He's got like white hair,
Let's
blue eyes.
let's get a shot in here real quick. Garrett, you pick a closer to the pin for me, Trent.
For you guys to just guess. Okay, what's the first movie The Rock was in? Like what year?
The first what
movie.
year?
Yeah,
his
like
first movie was in.
If you could guess the movie too,
Fuck, I don't know the movie.
because he's been around for a while.
I'm
Just the first year that
If he was in that movie back in 2004, I'm gonna have to go with like
The Tooth Fairy.
that was the
But
Tooth Fairy is pretty new.
That was after.
Yeah,
that was
I know.
after Game Plan. That's
I'm
the
gonna-
first movie I
I don't
saw.
know
him in.
game plan.
I'm gonna have to go with
with
like 99 for his first movie.
Dude, like wrestling movies count. If there was a wrestling movie,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
said 99. He was in the Fast and the Furious. When was the first Fast and Furious? Was he in the first
That
one?
was early 2000s, I thought.
Like 2002, maybe.
He was in the first one?
I don't know if he was. I know he's in
No.
that franchise.
I
but
think he was like in the third or fourth one they introduced him as
Alright.
like an antagonist.
I think 99 is a pretty good guess. I kind of want to undercut Jack, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to do 2002.
Go ahead and undercut me.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's kind of a shady. movie.
Yeah, he was definitely WWE. So however long the
Alright.
WWE
I'm
was
looking
around,
it up.
Okay.
and then like got
Do
into
we want to do like a? Okay, never mind. Too late.
The Rock's first. What the fuck? No way.
What?
1999 was his first movie.
Let's go.
Johnson had his first acting roles in Beyond the Mat, 1999,
That's
and
a
The Mummy
wrestling
Returns,
movie.
2001.
Oh yeah, The Mummy Returns with the bad CGI.
2001.
Yeah, that was
2001.
Scorpion. That was Scorpion.
So if it wasn't for that shitty wrestling movie,
The
If we
Beyond the Mat, yeah.
wait,
Beyond the Mat
no,
sounds awful.
yeah, if it wasn't for the wrestling shit, I'd be good.
All right, well,
No, I take that back. He was on a TV show, Star Trek Voyager,
I don't know if we call that.
When was that?
2000.
Oh, okay.
That's probably on my
But it was a
roll,
TV show.
right?
Yeah, it was the
okay.
champion. It was like one episode, probably.
So what do you want?
I'll take I'll take that old Smoky, if that's acceptable,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
or whatever that is. I think the caramel's in the freezer. I'll take the peanut butter one.
Cool.
Just pour me up. Let's do another one. That was fun. That was fun losing. Yeah, that's good.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it has been a long week. I work tomorrow, but I don't care. I need to.
This is gonna be a long month, so I'm in peak season for my wedding and photography.
You made it sound like you're getting married.
Yeah, I know. I always say that. I just don't clarify. People who don't know.
It's
don't
okay.
deserve it.
Go ahead.
You're
but it's-
misogynistic. You
it's-
get married a lot. It's cool.
Give me another question. When was the first marriage?
No. Well, when was the first divorce? I think that's more spicy.
I don't know. That
No.
sounds
Let's not
that's
do
a
that.
really hard
I'll
one.
lose.
Well, let's see.
We all lose in that one.
We all lose.
Yeah.
Florida has the highest divorce rate in the world.
Florida?
You guys want to
Florida.
guess the biggest?
Who has the biggest dick in the room?
No. So like
that wouldn't be a
so
guess.
Jeff Bezos got a divorce and his wife like took like a
I
lot of
already know
money.
the number.
How much money? Do you know what it is?
We talked about it
Okay,
before,
can't do that.
but
It's 42 billion.
Yeah, it's 42 billion. Did you see that she like married like a teacher with like
What?
60,000?
You know what's funny? She's the richest woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just automatically.
yeah.
It doesn't matter who she marries, though. I mean, she took half his shit. She can marry a janitor.
Yeah,
She still got $42
she
billion.
married like a high school teacher.
But that's funnier because it makes it even more insulting. It's not even insulting, I
very
guess,
funny.
but it's
She-
kind of.
You have to have like really specific taste because usually you
Yeah.
would think
I
like
would act like I wasn't who I was if that was my situation. You look like Mackenzie Bezos. That's crazy. Who was that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how would she do that? But at the same time, I have no idea what she looks like. So
Yeah.
in her
Exactly.
situation, she could probably.
I know what she looks
For sure.
like, but
I think we brought pictures of her. I
not
couldn't
enough
remember.
to where if someone told me they weren't her, I'd be like, yes, you are.
Who do you think? Like, who would be the most crazy thing? Like, teacher's kind of crazy, but teacher's still like, teacher's a respectable career.
Yeah.
What do you think would be something that would totally make his head spin?
Oh my
a
god,
janitor
a
at
fucking
school or
like
something?
McDonald's cook,
I
bro,
don't know,
a fast food cook
The person like that
with like face tattoos.
Yeah, or like a
Someone
drug
who looks
dealer.
like they probably sold drugs for a long time.
Yeah,
You
or
know?
somebody who's unemployed. Like, dude doesn't even have a car.
Yes. She just picked up some homeless guy with like a fucking cardboard sign.
Oh, she got like a
Like the cardboard sign's like anything helps, and she goes, "How about some pussy?"
like a fortune.
And there's one of those stories where she gets him cleaned up and shaves his beard, and he's like,
So do you see like the thing about this is like there's stories of like homeless men
"They're rich, they're loaded."
no
Okay.
homeless men who
I've
like
seen that.
they'll go and like this guy like what basically met this like woman
Mhm.
and then just
She
told
brought
her
him in.
she told her he was homeless and he told her that he was a doctor
Yeah,
and so he like went and got some scrubs
yeah.
and then wore it around her and just said he was a doctor and then she let him they started living together
She let
because
him
they
hit.
started dating she let him hit and then he would just like leave in the middle of the day go put on his scrubs and leave
So this is
and then go to work and then he's like 15-hour shifts so he'd just go and be homeless for like most of the day
Bro.
and he like completely it's not what's that
So this is what TLC was talking about.
I hate
No
to
more
see
scrubs.
other people living
Makes
my
sense.
dream.
Yeah, right.
it's like
I need to be
it's
right.
called, it's
I
called
need to
a
write
hobo
this.
file.
I need to write this down.
It's called
Hobo-phile.
a hobo file. It's when you're sexually attracted to people who have a place you can live.
What,
Look it up.
bro? I missed this whole side of my life I could be living right now.
Yeah, dude, hobo file.
That's so fucking funny.
It'd be so much less stress.
Well, like I was like thinking about like van lifing, like for van lifing because I wouldn't be like permanent, but like for a few months next year. But then I watched like the first episode of that Jeffrey Dahmer series, and it was like he like the first guy he killed was like a random hitchhiker on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, random hitchhikers are definitely
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
I'm just like
that's bad.
I was thinking about like what's the probability that I am some psychopath's like type
Yeah.
like that wants to kill? What are the chances that they want to kill a like mid mid
That would
20s
be me.
You're not middle-aged yet either.
240 pound
Probably for
man.
my
Like,
life.
what are the chances that I'm gonna get
They're not.
like
They're
targeted?
not gonna go after you.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm
No,
pretty safe
I
to
mean,
travel.
He could fucking fight back. You know.
You could, but
Like, what if the chloroform takes 30 seconds to wear?
To
If he
be
has
fair,
like 29 seconds.
I do see like in the Texas Chainsaw movie, I see Garrett as part of the group of the teenagers.
I'm the
No,
inbred.
But no, you're not the inbred, but you are part of the group that
Gets
winds up in a really bad situation with
yeah.
yeah.
When you guys watch horror movies, okay, did you guys watch the actual series, like the Jeffrey
I'm
Dahmer
going
thing?
to have it yet.
Okay,
haven't yet.
I
I've heard
did
about
it.
We'll bring you back home. We both watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. Like,
Yeah.
just to be honest, I watched like the first 2 episodes and I was like, the cinematography is okay.
Yeah.
The storytelling is like,
Yeah.
and then like
It's-
I don't know the purpose. The purpose.
Yeah,
I don't know
the
how
purpose.
the
The
porpoise.
porpoise.
Yeah. I'll be honest
Fucking
with
fish
you.
walks out of the room. What
I-
the fuck, Garrett?
I'm kind of weird. Like I find like true documentaries about like serial killers where they have real interviews and stuff, and they're fascinating. They're interesting to learn about.
Yeah.
But this seems like it's like a reimagining. They have like actors and stuff, right?
Yeah.
To me, it strikes me a little differently
It's off
because I see it as like they're kind of glorifying it in a way.
Yeah, that's
And
what I was thinking.
it feels weird to me. I'll check it out, but that's kind of what's put me off so far. And don't get me wrong, I've watched many documentaries about like
Yeah.
Night Stalker and like just documentaries about serial killers. But this is like a TV series where it's like, and I'm sure it's
bad.
great. I'm sure the acting's whatever, but to me, I look at it differently, and it's like it's a different level of.
Well, it's
I don't know.
it's mostly like women who like true crime stuff.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people like, I'm sure if we went on Twitter, we could find people like sexualizing like
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah.
actor and stuff because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
pick a good actor.
Chris or not, Peter Evans. Peter Evans?
I
Something
don't
like
know.
that. He's in the American Horror Stories.
The problem I had was that like it was a really slow burn. So
Mhm.
like the first 2 episodes weren't that interesting. It
Yeah.
was just like a little bit glorifying him. I wouldn't even put it out there, but like
yeah.
they're not going out and like making dramatizations of
Right.
like the Columbine shooting.
Mhm.
Like
Bro, what
they'll
the
talk,
fuck?
Yeah.
but they'll do like in detail of
Yeah.
him like cutting off people's heads and
See,
stuff. And I'm just like,
yeah.
you're just picking who you want to glorify because something about that is,
Right.
I would say, like sexually appealing.
So, from what I understand, I haven't watched any of it. I was talking to somebody who watched a little bit about it, and I don't know if they watched the whole thing, but they were telling me the thing that I think they did actually. They were telling me the thing that bothered them was they kind of like harped on certain elements of like how he picked up like I guess black people because they were less likely for the police to like investigate or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said that they kind of like brought that up a lot more than what he was comfortable with. Like they made a big deal about it. But yeah, the whole thing about just, I don't know, it's maybe not even glorifying is the right term, but I kind of get the gist of what I've seen some documentaries about him, and I kind of know what he did already.
Yeah.
And watching a TV show, like, it's just not interesting to me to like go back through it as if it was like a real life character and like watching him live his life. So,
I did hear probably the best Jeffrey Dahmer joke. So you guys want to hear it? I'm still in this.
Yeah.
Do you want to save it for the end of the episode?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay, so we'll save it. We'll save it. Because I have a really good one this time too.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same one.
No, it's not Dahmer. It's not Dahmer.
Oh, okay, perfect.
No,
That's
it's
great.
Casey. It's Casey. So I watched a clip of somebody was interviewing Gacy about how they felt about Dahmer. He felt about Dahmer, and did you see that?
No, I didn't.
He was like, there was like this old interview, and I forget exactly what he said, but he was like, he's kind of a different. He's really creepy. He was like saying how creepy he was and how weird he was. And I'm like, bro, like you're a serial killer. Like you're worse than him. You're raping children and killing children. But he's like, I don't want to be in the same room as him. He's I don't want to identify as someone like him.
Well, raping and killing is different.
Young boys, right?
Yeah, boys, and tied them up and like. I think that's probably fucking worse.
It's a weird.
By no means am I defending anybody here at all. All right, but I think raping and killing they kind of go hand in hand. You know, it's like shit.
The reason
children
don't matter.
I think the children.
So you think if you rape the kid, you're gonna release them? My point is, Dahmer did some weird fucking shit.
He did.
The people like.
From what I understand, it wasn't children, though. I think children is
no. It wasn't children. It was young men.
Yes,
but Gacy, yes, he raped and killed children. I'm not saying I understand that, but I'm closer to getting that than I am to understanding why he kept heads in a freezer.
I think Gacy's like, if you're gonna evaluate evil, like I think Gacy's like way more evil with the children.
Yes, no. Evil scale, yes. Weird scale, Dahmer takes it.
I don't know. I can't understand either one. Like they're both really weird.
Like I said, I'm not defending. I'm not trying to level with anybody here at all. I'm just saying.
Okay, like I guess.
Garrett, we need a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Oh, hot take. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay,
closest to the pin. What does Garrett think?
So I would
take a shot.
How many kids did Johnny?
How many were in JC's crawl space?
I would guess like what's more common. Targeting
cannibalism
and targeting adult males.
It depends on what you like. If you're talking about like tribal stuff, cannibalism is probably more common.
So like in societies that they lived in, probably child abuse and molestation is more common.
Yeah.
And less
more evil though, probably.
But probably, yeah. I would say generally like more evil because, but yeah. So Dahmer for weird factor, you're right. But for like just general like personal like taste of like how evil that was.
But you got to give him he dresses as a clown too, because that adds a weirdness.
Granted, okay, in this a really hardcore.
Like, he went to fucking birthday parties.
That attracts children, dude.
So on a weird note,
do not attract children.
Adult males have a chance of defending themselves, and children do not. So preying on the powerless is by definition evil.
Yeah.
So by evil, like. Yeah.
And the fact that like he was like in his community, like he donated to charities and like people saw him as like a good person, like that's fucking
like some people do bad things, but they don't expect people. They don't make excuses for themselves. Right. They don't try to hide their tracks.
And not to defend Dahmer, I haven't watched the show. I've been watching. I've seen like some tapes with him lately, like interviews. In one of his interviews in jail before he actually got killed by someone in jail, I think.
Yeah,
another person. He was talking about, they were asking him what his motives were. And he's like, yeah, my dad was abusive. He's blah, blah. But he straight up said, he's like, but I don't believe in people using that as an excuse for what they do. He's like, I'm not using that as an excuse. He's like, people, he's like, I did what I did basically because I did. I'm not using my past trauma, using that as a scapegoat is kind of bullshit. He's like, so I wouldn't say I respect him for that, but I will say that at least he's being honest in that interview. Yeah, I hate when people do that too. I hate when people use a scapegoat as their parents were this way or that way. That's why they are.
But you gotta like unfairly to them. It's hard to break the system. It's hard to fucking reinvent the wheel if you're in a family.
Depends how you look at it. I don't know. I feel like that.
Trust me.
To me, that motivates me more not to be like that.
Exactly. And some
So-
people are that way, and some people are like, "Well, my daddy taught me this way, and that's how I'm going to do it forever."
I can't agree with that.
I
We
don't agree with
disagree
either.
there.
I don't agree
Yeah.
with either. But it's hard to break sometimes. It is. You have to understand that in people. And I'm not like again. We're not defending this.
What do you
man
think
at all.
about this, Garrett?
So sum it up again. Like,
Yeah,
what's the question? What are the
So if you have like a shitty parent who does something and then you
breaking the
repeat,
cycle? Basically.
yeah, if you follow in their footsteps, do you think that's like
Uh,
acceptable for them to use that as an excuse?
Oh no, I've talked about this with some of my friends.
Yeah.
Basically, my opinion is that
I don't think it's acceptable.
until you are
No, I don't think it's acceptable.
when you turn, so you have to you're responsible to break the cycle.
You're your own
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
You make your own choices.
I
is
think
the way I
up-
see it,
up
and it's an
until-
excuse to do that.
But where
I
you
think
come
it's
from and what you
excuse-
see from. Sorry, Garrett.
It's an excuse up until you're 18. Once you turn 18, 19, whatever, I don't give an excuse like anymore. If you're
Okay.
like 19 and you're like, oh man, I've never like analyzed the world for myself, I'm just like, you're an idiot. And it's like, well, so if you,
Yeah.
so like I don't give excuses for them. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a legal thing. You could push the number to 21 or like 16, doesn't really matter. But like basically at a certain point, you have to be your own adult. And
Yeah.
like, and that goes for, I follow like a bunch of like people talking about like psychology, and this has been a big like fascination for me and a lot of my friends that we've talked about. But basically,
Yeah.
like even stuff like if you've been traumatized as a child, or your parent was abusive, or
Mhm.
like emotionally manipulative,
Yeah.
like at a certain point, you have to break the cycle. You're responsible for your own children to do that, and
Yeah.
so it just kind of depends on when you think that time period is. I'd say it's like 15 to 18.
Mhm.
You should be preparing for the future, for the real world.
Yeah.
And if your parents haven't prepared you for that, you need to start analyzing it for
Mhm.
yourself. And if you haven't taken the ability to like, or you don't have the ability to do that, I can feel sympathy. Like some people don't have the mental facilities to like think about it, like,
Yeah.
to think that deeply. But it's
I think that's
fundamentally-
different. Maybe a little different if they have. I
Well, some people
I
are
kind
just
of
like-
agree with that. Like once you're an adult, I think
Yeah.
the thing that pisses me off is when people, it's just easy for them that
Yeah.
you might have inclinations to do certain things, or you might lean a certain way, but the way I see it is like you should grow from that and not.
Everybody
Especially when you're an
should grow
adult.
from their experiences.
But the thing that really pisses me off is
if I
when
go to
people-
sell drugs and I almost get shot in that deal,
yeah.
I'm going to be remote next time.
The thing
All
that
right?
really pisses me off though is like when people they do things like that and then they just completely fall back on that as a crutch of like,
Oh, yeah.
well,
No,
my
it's-
dad beat me, so
It pisses me
that's why they're using that as.
But
an
change
excuse.
is hard.
But
Change is
but
hard,
you're-
and you have to have a reason.
But
to
life
change.
is hard. And
No, I get that.
being
But
a
you
good
have to
person
have
is hard,
you have
but-
to have a reason to change. If you go through life and you're okay doing shitty things, why are you going to change? You have to have a reason to do
Because-
it. You have to have a reason to try to change.
because you think about like I don't know.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
think
But
about
if you're
the
around
way you were
shitty people
treated.
your entire life,
yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, well, this is how this made me feel. Do I want to put that on someone else?
Yeah. Well,
then
like,
you're right. No, that's
well,
empathy, though. And like Garrett was saying, some people don't have the level of empathy that you need in order to change.
either empathy or intelligence, because it is related. But like going back to like what he's saying, and
Yeah.
like let me rephrase it so maybe like we can find some common ground on this. But like basically,
No, we're gonna fight.
Me and Trent will never find
common ground. It's too late now.
We've already.
Hey Jake, I hope you like this, Jake.
Yeah,
I hate
this is
each other.
Jake's favorite episode now.
yeah.
I think that
Someone
if-
send this to Jake.
so a lot of like the bad behavior that you find like emotional psychopathy or like people doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason they're acting like that is because it's a coping mechanism or it's some kind of way to
Yeah.
dissociate from their reality.
So they're weak.
So-
no.
So what it is, what it is that the behavior they're exhibiting is their coping mechanism
Yeah.
for behavior exhibited against them, and that's why it's cylindrical. Is because like the behavior that you're exhibiting will bring out the same behavior in your children or people around you,
Right.
and so then they have to cope. And what it is, it's protecting you. So like for instance, dissociation or like emotional distance from parents will
Mhm.
bring out emotional distance from their children because like for instance, like if your parent isn't very emotionally stable and you go and bring them like an emotional problem, they're going to overreact and freak out. So what you do
Yeah.
is you learn to not bring out your emotions around your parents.
You go one
And
way
then
or the other, basically.
You
Yeah.
basically like you dissociate and you say like, well, I can't show my emotions to them or they'll freak out. So
Yeah.
what you do is you learn to distance your emotions from your actual actions. And then when you have kids, you're not able to show emotion to them. And then you start doing the same thing your parent did.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is that well, if they're around all these awful people, they're just like, what's the reason to change it? The reason to change is because the reason they're awful is because they're using a coping mechanism and that's making the scenario awful.
So I think I can find something we can agree with real quick.
Yeah. What did I make sense?
That makes sense. Okay. What I'm saying is like people who are doing things they specifically know are wrong.
That's like we have an example, like
hitting their spouse or something.
Yeah,
because their father hit their mother.
Sure, yeah, that's all.
And they know it's wrong. They know this is not something you should do.
I don't think everyone knows that though.
Yeah, there is like sure.
Well, in this example, somebody knows that you shouldn't beat up your spouse, right? And then they get mad, and rather than do something rational and leave the house or something and punch a wall, which is still not really rational, but more rational than hitting your wife.
Yes.
They take it out on their wife. And then they're just like, well, that's my dad did that, you know? And then they just say that. And then it's like, they know that they did something wrong, but then they use that as a scapegoat. They're intentionally using that as a shield as, well, I grew up in a traumatic, abusive family. So that's why I'm the way I am.
I'm going to come out here a little bit and go to a past experience of mine. I was at a bonfire party one time.
Yeah.
That was
and
a mistake.
We had a kid who's not from the country and whose dad is not from the country. And he started swinging on a girl. Now, he got fucking tackled.
Oh, yeah, take him out.
Instantaneously by all Americans who know it's not okay to beat your wife. All right. Now, apparently in Jamaica, it's normalized. If your wife does something wrong, you hit the fuck out of her. So I'm not trying to say it's okay. I am just saying some people don't understand that that's wrong. They really, truly do not.
I don't know. To me, like
this is a whole nother topic too. It is at the same time. I mean,
the
whole thing about resulting to violence over any verbal dispute to me is just like, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. I think it's pretty caveman-esque and pretty it's wrong in my way.
I would say, like, you could even, if we're going to go back to like the actual argument, it's like your life isn't, if like your wife acts out or whatever, you're not physically threatened by your wife saying dumb things.
Right. That's what I mean. Like anything verbal isn't going to hurt you.
Well, like the argument is that like, well, maybe at some time there was a point where like if your wife or your family acts out, then the whole clan dies or something. I don't know. Maybe feel like when we were like being hunted by dinosaurs or whatever. But like, so
the T-Rex
maybe
like, she doesn't respect him.
We're
gonna fucking kill them all.
This is a cancelable moment. Like maybe at that point, beating your wife would be a viable option to like. Or abuse apologists.
All right, guys.
Not okay.
Time out real quick. I'm leaving in a minute. I can leave my shit here if you guys want to continue to go.
Oh, we'll wrap it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
No, seriously.
No. We're good.
He's
go ahead and tell the dad joke.
Yeah, let's do the dad joke.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit y'all that quick.
Let's finish that like line of logic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Beating your wife, not okay. That's all I want to say.
No, it is not okay. No. Don't beat your wife. Don't beat your kids. Don't emotionally scar them. Love your family. You have them for a reason. You're lucky.
Cycle. Yes.
Break the cycle.
Break the cycles. Okay.
All right.
Goddamn. I'll go first.
Yeah.
What do you get when you mix human DNA with goat DNA?
What?
I don't get that.
Kicked out of the petting zoo.
All right, so this isn't my joke. I stole it, obviously. But it's like someone said, like Jeffrey Dahmer coming out here killing all these like gay black men. Like, who does he think he is? AIDS?
God
damn it! I've been beaten again.
All right, Garrett wins this one for sure.
Yes, no, that takes the fucking STDs right there.
Until next time, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you all.